Hey guys, what's going on? We are back with our weekly solo shuffle as an enhancement shaman. We are in a 2300-ish lobby. We got two disc priests, we got an Ellie shaman, we got a BM hunter, and a demon hunter. So honestly, I did not think this was gonna go well at all, but you know what? It is what it is. But anyways, so myself and the Ellie Shaman, we are going to more or less try to bring down one of them. Now, I decided to change up the strat here a little bit to the usual way I'd go about it is just try and hit the Demon Hunter. But then I realized, what's the point in me getting cleaved down with my Ellie Shaman when I can kind of try and zone the other two, right? Now, I am putting myself in a bit of a weird position here. So I'm against here, and then I see the Hunter here, so I go ahead and quickly swap, right? Now I'm putting myself in a bit of an awkward situation. Reason being is I am LOS for my healer a little bit, but at the same time, I'm pushing them back, putting their Demon Hunter in harm's way. Like he's very low. The other two are a bit far back, so I come back, and then I do the same thing again. I go after the hunter, start pressuring him a lot, trying to see. You can see how much damage I'm just dishing out to him. Me and the Ellie Shaman, we're just blasting this hunter. We get some defensives, and now the Ellie Shaman's going to start backing off once again, pulling the Demon Hunter away from their healer. So I go ahead and do a knock. Boom. He gets stunned. We start wailing on him. I go for a hex. I miss it, I guess, or he fades it. Must have. I got the interrupt on the penance, but it's just not enough, right? So I continue with the same strat. I drop a cap totem, get a double stun. I got a full combo ready to go. I don't have wolves, unfortunately, but he pain suppresses, and we get a lot. The priest lines up a nice fear, so I'm like, okay, I'll let that sit. Unfortunately, I think it broke, or maybe I broke it, I don't know. But I see the ultimate penitence, but I couldn't interrupt it. I try and knock the demon hunter line of sight so this healer can't get him anything, which you can see he's really not receiving any heals. I probably should have saved knock for here so I could knock the other two away, putting the demon hunter in even further damage. But again, back on the hunter. I don't want to be cleaved by the demon hunter, so I'm just focusing on the hunter here. Get a nice hex onto the priest. I have the hunter on full pressure. I see them trying to back off. Double root. Demon hunter's in a really crappy spot. Perfect. Let's hit him. Try and get him before his healer gets out of CC. Drop a grounding totem so that way my healer can't get trapped or anything. We can't get CC'd. You start pressuring him, but he quickly backs off, seeing that he's in mortal danger. And now I'm doing the same thing, right? Back on the hunter. The hunter's getting pressured a lot. He doesn't have really much defensive. And I get a nice interrupt. There's the life swap. It was so close. I just had to get that Ellie blast off. But I quickly swap back to the demon hunter because he's under fire, right? He's under the major pressure. And my Ellie shaman unfortunately falls over. I probably could have supported him with a heal or two, but it was just very unfortunate. We were very, very close. So here, me and the hunter agreed, let's hit the Ellie shaman. So I tried to get a double flame shock there, but it didn't work out, which is unfortunate. So I had to wait a second. So I dropped a grounding totem, but I didn't catch any of the Ellie shaman's burst. And you can see the hunter pulls the demon hunter way back, and I'm just piling on the damage onto this Ellie shaman. And you can see it. He's in danger. He gets PI'd. He's doing a whole bunch. I go for the hex. Boom. I tried to go for the hex to kind of reduce his damage because my hunter's taking a lot, right? So I tried to reduce the damage a little bit, but we ended up breaking it right away, which is a bit unfortunate. But you know, it is what it is in shuffle. You don't have the communication, right? So here I should have had an interrupt on that penance, but you know, I suck apparently. Not apparently, but I do suck. So we are we're pressuring this Ellie Shaman. We want to shut him down, but it's really hard to shut down an Ellie Shaman that doesn't really cast, right? So all you can do is pressure him with a whole bunch of damage. You can see he's going for a hex. He jukes me. I get hexed. I'm like, ah, crap. But it instantly breaks, luckily. So we start getting a lot of pressure. There's the ultimate penitence, but there's nothing we can do about it. I can't ground it. I can't do anything. And I see the priest coming in for a fear, so I quickly drop Tremor Totem just to make sure that my priest doesn't sit in a fear the entire time. And there's another pain suppression with a dome. I think that's our dome, actually, which is a bit unfortunate. So our hunter tries to drag himself over there, getting him over, CCs the demon hunter. and the Ellie Shaman's just popping damage like no tomorrow. You can just see his numbers going up, up, and up. So he goes for a Hex on me. I go ahead and interrupt that so I don't get CC'd. And I have Primordial Wave coming up. I'm like, perfect. I have dogs out. Let's get a big Primordial Wave here. But he ends up burrowing it. I was like, oh my gosh. So I drop a Earth Shield, try and heal off the Hunter. I get interrupted by the Shaman, which is really good because that allows my healer to free cast, right? I don't have to worry about anything now. Perfect. I should have had that interrupt on that Penance, but I didn't. Again, I suck. But you can see here, I tried to root the Priest because I saw him going in for a Fear, but he used a Fade to get it. Another interrupt missed by me on that Penance, but it's just not enough to keep the Hunter alive, which is quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. So again, it's here, me and the Demon Hunter. The Demon Hunter said, yo, let's get on this Ellie Shaman like no tomorrow. And I was like, let's do it. So we start rushing him, and you can see just the amount of damage that we're dishing out in like seconds is nuts. But you can see I'm taking a whole lot. I pop wall, and then the healer has to drop a life swap on me right away, probably because I believe he was in CC, which is quite unfortunate, but it is what it is. So we're just blasting this Ellie Shaman like no tomorrow. And you can see the healer is struggling. I missed an interrupt on him. There's Burrow, perfect. I spot heal myself real quick because the Ellie Shaman's in CC or in Burrow, so I can't touch him. So I drop a shield totem. I see the healer is in a Fear, but my idiocy, I don't get it off with Tremor. There's the life swap from the Priest. Now they don't really have anything left, which is perfect. So we just start. We're just funneling damage into him. You can just see that the Ellie Shaman's damage is very, very low because he's more or less focused on trying to survive. I see my healer get frost trapped. He comes out. He gets me with a pain sup and a really big shield. So I was like, perfect. Okay, I don't have to worry about it. I still have Burrow ready to go. I drop a stone bulwark. Okay, we're just about getting him. He's very, very close now. So I have to be careful. And I have to be very on point with when I use my Burrow, because if I use it too soon, they're going to heal up and, I'm not going to get anything. So right here, I get down to 25%. I go ahead and Burrow. I'm like, okay, let's not worry about it. We get, the Shaman gets healed up a little bit, but just not enough. And then we just get there in time and bring him down. Like, if that match went on any longer, I think we might have lost that one. I'm not going to lie. It was very, very close, but I did have wall coming right back up. So again, myself and the Ellie Shaman, we're going to kind of try and do the same thing we did last time. The Ellie Shaman is going to drag the Demon Hunter, and I'm going to go after the Hunter and the Priest here. And you can see the Hunter quickly swaps to me, which is weird. I think he should be playing very aggressive, but again, I want to push the Hunter away as much as I can. You can see the Demon Hunter, we're railing him, and he's just taking all the damage right now. So I'm like, okay, we're going to quickly swap over to the Hunter here. I see him pushing up. I don't want him anywhere near my healer. I want to make sure he's scared, and I can see him pushing up. So I'm like, okay, I got to stand on my healer, try and eat that frost trap, but nothing. I was like, dang it. So a bit unfortunate. I missed it. I actually get that very late, which is unfortunate. Get the Hex off. Boom. Okay, he's in full CC. We have a couple seconds here to really get anything. A nice follow-up Fear by the Priest. So I go ahead and lasso, but he ends up trinketing that, which is unfortunate. But I see another Penance. Go ahead and get the interrupt. Perfect. We get a whole bunch of damage on him. He hasn't turtled yet, keep in mind. So I'm really looking forward to him turtling. That's when I know, okay, we can really bring him down. So I start railing him again. Boom. He gets pain suppression. Okay, knocks me away quickly. Feral lunge, which was actually very lucky. I don't think I really thought about that one. But you can see the Ellie Shaman gets really low. I go to spot him with a heal, but he gets life swap, so it's kind of a wasted heal. But you can see he gets very low, and Ellie Blast with a combo of Stormkeeper, and he just doesn't have time to turtle. It was great. At least I don't think he used turtle. I don't know. But anyways, we're back here. Myself and the Demon Hunter. We're like, okay, same plan. Let's go. Okay, Ellie Shaman. We're just going to do everything we can to shut him down as much as possible. Now, I should really be focused on the Hunter as much as I can. And the reason why is I want to watch his positioning and see what he's doing to my healer, right? I am trying to use my grounding totem to absorb as much damage from this Ellie Shaman as possible, but at the same time, I could be using it to avoid my healer from getting trapped. So I see my healer get stunned, so I don't follow the shaman fully until my healer is out of his stun there. And the reason why is I don't want to put him in an awkward position to where he has to use like a big cooldown, right? Just because I'm line of sight away from him. So you can see here, ultimate penance out. Okay, we're gonna just chase it down, go for a hex on the hunter, but I get interrupted. I'm like, okay, so that means my healer kind of has free casting here. So I'm gonna go ahead, go back into the fight. I get stunned. I quickly trinket burrow because I'm scared, and I see my healer in a mind control. I see the priest going for another one there, so I go ahead and interrupt. And I know you can just purge it off, but I felt like interrupt may have been better, so that way he doesn't get CC'd at all. So there's the next pain suppression. I used Primordial Storm there, but unfortunately he timed his Thunderstorm perfectly and it just canceled out all my damage, which is really heartbreaking. I was like, oh no. But I missed another penance there. I can see the cast. It's really unfortunate. There's Burrow. So I go ahead and drop a Stone Bulwark so I can try and stay as aggressive as possible. We both get stunned. So I start pedaling backwards just a little bit, trying to just stay alive long enough for my wall to come up. You can see I get down to 4%. I'm just sitting there casting the healing surge. The healer's doing whatever he can to get me, and I'm just terrified. I'm like, okay, I got grounding, I got wall up. Okay, this is the last hurrah. We got to go for this now. Jump in, Primordial Storm, big damage. I should have had that interrupt on that penance, but I get the flash heal, perfect. Quickly go for a heal on myself, but it just isn't enough. It's just not really, really unfortunate. Really is. Then on to the last match. This is where the hunter said healer diff, and I was like, man, dude, healing is a massive, massive, difficulty level. But let's get into it. So the demon hunter goes for the hunt right away, and if you stun him mid hunt, like when he's traveling, it actually cancels the initial hit, but the dot still goes out, so you can really get a lot there. So you can see I am putting all the pressure onto this Ellie shaman, and my hunter is with me. Our priest is dealing with the demon hunter, so we're like, okay, it's a 2v2 and a 1v1. I'm not too worried because I can heal myself quite well without any issues. So we start getting a lot of damage here. I see the shaman just start falling over, and that's it. But anyways, you can see here, this is why the title of the video is none of us got rating. And this is more common with healers, but like this was really depressing. And I know I don't have the greatest win rate. I am just barely positive, but still this is very demoralizing, the fact that nobody got rating really except for the healer. Now we got 2 and 5, but still. But anyways, in my opinion, like if you win lose, you should still be gaining like a decent amount of rating, but it is what it is. Hopefully it gets fixed next season. We'll see. But anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one. Laters!